Alright, we're getting into the second series of the day. This one's gonna be between Napoleon versus Llama. I'm not sure if this is a tier 1 or tier 2 game. I want to say tier 2.
Should be tier 1 if it
tier
has
1?
Llama involved. I know he's tier 1.
Okay, wonderful, excellent. Tier 1 series coming out here today. TT1, I like the last one minus not having effort. Yeah, man, it did effort. I was proven wrong. Effort played well in his group. I just think that he needs to get more consistent in the offline tournaments. Terran top 10 Korean lol. Yeah, okay. Listen, I had to base it off actual performances in tournaments, and Effort didn't qualify for the last one. Harang did, and he made top 8. So I had to give her credit's due.
I was definitely on the Harang train. That's for sure.
Yeah, dude. Until he decided to play like total garbage in the ASL. Anyways, we got Naples Napoleon. Okay, we're just gonna call him Napoleon. Napoleon as the purple Terran spawning here at the top left position on Polaris Rhapsody.
And at the bottom right, we have Mr. LlamaSC.
Yes, we do. TVP on Polaris Rhapsody. BossRoss, by the way, I don't know. What race do you play? Do you play Terran, I think?
Yeah, I am a Terran main, and TVP is my favorite matchup, so I'm excited to see this one.
Wonderful. And, you know, I don't know, how do you feel about this map for TVP? I always feel like it's kind of a wonky one, and I would say it probably favors Terran a little bit. I'm not sure how what you would say about the map, though.
I think it favors the toss a little bit. There's a lot of room to be able to execute recalls. There's a lot of dead space in the air that you can't really reach, and then also Terran really needs a third gas to pump out all the tanks, upgrades, and Goliaths he's going to need. And it's kind of hard to get on this map and secure properly. The third gases are so far away, being at the for the purple Terran on the top left, it would be either the 9 o'clock or the top right corner. It's just kind of hard to secure.
Yeah, it is true. I will say, though, that I do think that if this game goes to late game, Protoss is definitely favored. Like you said before, carriers, recall with arbiters are very powerful on this map. This is a very good carrier map for those who don't know. A lot of ridges here, and the path attack ways, there's only 3 of them. So if you think about it, it's almost like Monty Hall without like the no way of moving across the different lanes in that sense. So I do think that late game it's very good for Protoss, but I feel like, you know, early on against like an aggressive build, it's really difficult to hold off like a 4-fact, 5-fact, 6-fact timing attack.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, so anyways, we got standard builds for both players. We got the Rax Gas coming out here from Napoleon and probably going for the wall off here. Maybe trap the probe in? Oh, never mind. Forgot that the supply unit below the barracks does not trap probes. And on the other side of the map, we're going to see the standard 1-gate core from Mr. Llama. And everything is going according to plan for both of these players. Nothing out of the ordinary yet. Factory coming out for Napoleon. Actually, he is having 3 guys in gas, so potentially an aggressive 2-factory build.
Yeah, it's definitely an option. Usually the SCVs on gas there is indicative of another factory coming down.
Oh man, Llama, I don't know if you caught that, had +1 air weapon started by accident, canceled that immediately. That was kind of funny to see.
Oh, whoops, no, I did not see that, but he does have range coming now, so he got it fixed.
Yep. But yeah,
do
it
you
looks like
actually lose money when you cancel an upgrade?
You know what? I don't know. I
know it is when you cancel a building, but I'm not sure about an upgrade.
Actually, I think you keep it all, because I've seen that when you lose a building, even when an upgrade's running, you keep the money, I believe. Because I've seen one of my own replays and that happened. So I want to say you keep all of it. Because it doesn't make sense for you to lose money if you cancel an upgrade, but not lose money if you lose the building. But we could be wrong. Who knows?
Yeah, not 100%. I know you lose 25% if it's on a Terran building.
Yeah,
I can't speak for other races.
You definitely lose money if you're Protoss. I have canceled too many cannons in my lifetime to build a Nexus in PvZ to know that that's definitely true, because I misplaced my cannon.
Alright, well, good to know that the Protoss also suffers from this.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like it is going to be the 2-fact build here. Napoleon starting the double machine shop here. So this looks like going to be either a 3-tank or 5-tank push out, most likely. This is generally how Terrans at 2 factories do it. where they start one tank while the second machine shop's building, and then once the first tank finishes, right when the machine shop finishes, so then they start pumping 2 tanks out at a time, and they get double upgrade on the vultures typically, and then push out. So we'll have to see how strong this push is going to be. Llama should realize something might be up if he doesn't see any command center when he pokes up here with his Dragoons. But, I mean, with three Marines at the top of the ramp, these 2 goons should be able to take this fight, but although there is the mischance here.
That, and I mean, you can always build the CC on the high ground, so it doesn't mean necessarily that he's not building it. That's
actually,
a problem for him.
You know what? I realized on Polaris Rhapsody, you have, like, the really close locations to build a command center, whereas on a map like Circuit Breaker, generally, if you're going to build a command center on the high ground, you're going to put it as close as possible to the base, right? So the locations on Fighting Spirit and Polaris Rhapsody, or not Polaris, Circuit Breaker, are generally envisioned when you push up the ramp with a goon. But Polaris...
Right, yeah, here, no, you can throw it right behind that mineral line there.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll stand corrected on that one. Should see that there's the tank up here. Won't see these 2 tanks. Oh, man, if he had that Dragoon up there right as those 2 tanks popped out, he should have been able to see it. Meanwhile, the SCV is going to scout this early Nexus, which spells disaster here for Llama. This is a build that basically just counters an early fast expand.
Yeah, and he's in for the Rude Awakening right now as these Dragoons are getting picked off. This is gonna be rough stuff.
Yep, exactly. 2 Dragoons already in the red hell, so by the time this push hits, I mean, if he targets properly with these tanks, there's just no hope for the Protoss to hold on here. 2 goons would go down immediately, leaving him with only 3 Dragoons left. He is building some more gateways, but I feel like at this point it's a little too late. Again, 2 Factory just crushes this build.
But bit of a mistake by Napoleon. He supply blocks himself, and that's going to stop the supplement of vultures here.
Yeah, the supply depot is almost done right now, but I agree with you. Getting supply block at this build is the worst thing that can happen. Look at this flank though here from Llama. Can he pick off some of the Marines and the tanks here while he's behind?
And he takes the high ground too. That's quite advantageous.
Yeah, but we'll see. I think, yeah, just going for his fight because the Vulture here is actually blocking some of the Dragoons from retreating, and there are the two Dragoons that went down immediately. Now he just pushed forward. One of the Dragoons still in the red health over there. More Dragoons on the way. The 2 gateways have finished, but there's not enough Dragoons coming out at this point. He needs to pull probes right now and just stop this push from going down. Bunker is even getting started at this point. The SV goes down, which is going to be important, but he needs to collapse on this attack somehow with probes. He needs to pull these probes, not pulling them, and needs to get these Dragoons in position to flank. But Napoleon actually just not attacking. I'm surprised here. I think he could have gone after it.
Yeah, I think he was worried about the 3 goons in the back, but his 3 tanks should have been fine.
Yeah, I don't know about this. I feel like this is a big mistake here from Napoleon, especially because 3 goons cannot 2-shot. Oh, he might have been waiting for siege, which is what he's going for.
Yeah, possible.
He's bleeding vultures coming in from the rally point through the middle of the map to these 3 goons. So this is actually really smart here from Llama, not actually flanking with those 3 goons just yet. Gonna just make sure that they kind of cut off the reinforcements, make them go a longer distance. But so far, Mr. Llama doing a very good job here of deflecting this push.
And the observers are out now too, so mines are going to be much less dangerous.
Oh my god, even starting 2 more gateways here at the back. 5 gateways, really wants to hold off this push. And I mean, at this point with the base secured, I mean, this is totally fine for Llama. Generally, I would say not to go up to this many gateways, but like with this, against the 2-fact, you gotta just
my goodness. And we're going all in here on the Terran side. We got 4 factories now, no second command center. He's going for it all.
This is incredible to see. 4-fact off of 1 base. I mean, yeah, this is all in, and I guess Mr. Llama reading the situation perfectly here, gonna go after those extra gateways, and they're pumping out Zealots as well, potentially gonna go for a shuttle right afterwards. I mean, he's got no anti-air, no engineering bay, no turrets on the way, so Zealot bombs would just be incredible for him. And look at this Dragoon arc. I mean, if he pushes too far, 1 mistake here from Napoleon just is automatically game over.
Yeah, he's going to have to be real careful, but I'm just not sure he's going to be able to push in there. I mean, that's way too many goons for 3 tanks.
Yeah, he actually hasn't reinforced the tanks whatsoever. Only reinforced with vultures, which means a goon bust is just equally possible. He's got 1 tank here in a really good position that can actually hit the Nexus. But if it comes down to that much pressure, I mean, it's only 1 tank right now. The amount of pressure on that Nexus is just too little, too late at this point. And once that shuttle comes out, if it ever does come out, there's going to be way too many units here for Terran to deal with.
He's got to get like a Marine on the other side or something that can see that Nexus.
Yeah, these Zealots got to spread out. Okay, got it picked out. Oh my god, there's so many Protoss units.
The mines! Oh my goodness, the mines!
The mines, they know quite a number here on the Protoss army, but just too many Protoss units.
Way too much.
Way too many. And that's...
He could have done that a lot better, but it doesn't even matter at this point.
Nope, all the tanks going down, and at this point, I feel like there's just no way for Terran to come back in this game. Yeah, okay, great, you have 4 factories. What is 4 factories going to do against 5 gateways with more on the way? A 3rd base, probably going to come up for Protoss as well, getting the 2nd gas, so he's going to probably start his Citadel Vadun and then leg upgrade afterwards. I mean, it's just... Oh boy, this is just not going right for Terran. I really felt like he should have pushed in right there after he saw the Nexus go down because, again, the whole point of a 2-factory build is to punish a early Nexus.
Yeah, he really had an opportunity to get in there and was just a touch too timid. But if Mr. Llama doesn't, oh boy, if he's not careful.
Oh my god, he's lost so many units to these, Spider-Man.
Those were all for free. I think he lost, what, 1 tank maybe?
He lost 1 tank.
Oh my god.
He lost 1 tank for like 5 Dragoons. It was great. Great to see.
That was a great trade for him. And that's exactly what he needs to. And he's even got no vulture in the probe line over here at the natural.
All right, you completely missed that. Excellent call out there. I'm not sure how many probes he got, but I just feel like even with all of this, it's just not enough. Yeah, he's got the command center finally done, but look at how much money Mr. Llama's banked up. Obviously, not the best macro in the world, but he can just double expand at this point and be perfectly fine because even on 4 factories, I don't think it's enough for him to get enough units out to force even any kind of engagement against the Protoss.
Yeah, it's certainly not looking good, and he hasn't even landed this CC yet.
Yeah, there it is, finally.
But being 30 supply down, upgrades haven't even started yet. It's not looking good.
Oh, the vulture skirt by the probe over there.
Yeah, moved right by him.
At the bottom left right there. Where's the scan coming out from? Scan... Not sure where the scan was, actually.
It was in the natural.
Whoops.
Checking to see the units at the rally.
Yeah. 2 more vultures here on the right side, again trying to do some more harassment, but yeah, sorry buddy, he didn't expand there. You're gonna have to keep looking.
He really needed to try and slow him down, and that would have been perfect sniping the probe in the bottom left, but unfortunately he drove right past it.
Yeah, and that would have slowed down this 3rd base quite a bit. I mean, again, Mr. Llama's macro here slipping a little bit. Really needs to get at either more gateways or some tech structures. He's finally getting Stargate Double Forge as well, but really needed more bases now that Terran has solidified his base here at the natural, because you don't want to let Terran get back in this game, get maxed out, and just push across the map, and suddenly off 1 push he wins, right? You just can't let that happen. Oh man, pushing out here with no observer. Well, Dragoons are...
He likes to live dangerously.
He does, absolutely. Now he's going to double expand, yep, to this City-Lock expansion, the mineral-only base. Vulture is finally here to find this probe. Ends up taking it down, but he's going to have to retreat as these cannons are about to come up. But he's going to run headfirst into a couple of Dragoons, and that is 1 dead Vulture.
And that's also not going to scout the 6 o'clock.
Oh man, here comes the push though. +1 not even close to being done though, so this will be a... it's going to be an ambitious push from Terran. He's got a lot of tanks out. He really needs to expand, or sorry, not expand, but get a lot of vultures out behind this. I mean, a couple of 1 fights here from Terran, misengages from Protoss will mean that he can kill a base off or something, but oh man, this is going to be very difficult for him to actually push through and win an engagement.
Well, if he doesn't, if Llama doesn't get all of his troops in the right place, though, I mean, what's he looking at right now? 8 goons? That's not many.
He does have leg upgrades coming up, but it's only halfway done. But losing quite a bit of vultures here. This is actually not very good here from Napoleon. Really needs to keep those vultures alive. Ended up losing all of his vulture reinforcement, which means that any kind of flank attack here from Protoss is going to be super deadly to these unprotected tanks. And yeah, Napoleon realizes it. He's going to pull back. Probably just set up a position right here. Maybe just take these 2 bases over at the 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing. He's got 1 command center going up in his main there. Just going to float it over.
Yep. So he's doing exactly what he needs to do to try to catch up in this game. I just feel like it might be too late for him considering that now Protoss is on 4 bases while he's still on 2. Llama as well, going to go for the Arbiter tech. I'm trying to figure out where his Templar Archives is. Not anywhere, I guess. Doesn't really started it. Still pushing though. He's really ambitious with this and just can't end up losing these vultures. That's the most important part, is if he loses these vultures, I mean, the push gets slowed down for days. Mr. Llama continues to macro up. But yeah, Mr. Llama doesn't actually have as many units as I thought he would at this point. A lot of it still as natural.
Yeah, just kind of scattered here and there, sprinkled all over the place.
Yeah, but now Napoleon here again, the slow siege is going to catch a few of these goons out here, and they pop like water balloons. Oh man. That is even as a Protoss player, that just, hearing Dragoons pop and their death sound is just one of the most satisfying sounds.
He said as a Protoss player.
As a Protoss player, you gotta admit.
It's certainly satisfying for me.
I mean, I do play Terran as well. I play TVP, so I mean, like I said, it's a nice sound. Regardless, it feels bad obviously when you lose like 20 of them, but
you're a dirty race switcher.
I am. I'll be the first to admit I'm a dirty race picker, but sue me. Yeah, Mr.
This
Llama.
is kind of interesting now. He's pinning up this army here at the 6 o'clock while slow sieging here the bottom left. But he's gonna have to move some units up if he wants to stop these zealots from coming down.
Oh man, these Dragoons here into this minefield. Oh boy. Well, somehow none of them took any hits. Losing quite a few probes here actually. This is... Ooh, Mr. Llama, I feel like he's playing a little too slow right now. He could just send units down past the siege line right here at the bottom ramp and kill us off easily. He's lost so many probes here. Like I said, this is the way that Terran gets back in this game, and it's kind of letting him do it. Alright, he's finally going to go after this with some units, but...
Yeah, 3 goons, not very many though, and I don't even think that's enough.
No, it's not.
I mean, +1 is finished. Oh my god, this siege tank has 17 kills. It really was working out all those probes. Oh, but he doesn't react quickly enough with the vultures and does lose the tank. That's a bit
finally loses it, but like I said, lost a lot of probes there. That was a lot to lose from a small push like that. Definitely worthwhile there for Napoleon. Mr. Llama, you know, he started off the game really well, didn't get punished there by that 2-fact, but now it's just like, I just don't know what he's doing. He's not getting close to maxed out yet. I feel like he should get maxed out already by this point in the game. I mean, 16 minutes when he basically took no damage off of that 2-fact. And no Arbor Tech either. He does have the... He's got... Oh! He's going Carrier. That's what he's going for.
Yep,
okay.
Fleet Beacon is up. 3rd Stargate warping in. And I imagine he's going to start pumping those guys out here in just a second.
Yeah, but it hasn't started. The Fleet Beacon's been done. Not getting the upgrade at all for the Carrier capacity increase. And got the +1 upgrade finish. Finally starting Carriers now.
Just one, and he supply blocked himself. Whoops.
Yeah, Carriers are very supply heavy units. For those you don't know. And Terran, look at this! Triple expand here for the Terran player! Oh my goodness. He's expanded to the 9, to the 12, and to the 2. All at once.
He senses weakness.
He does, absolutely. But Mr. Llama senses weakness as well, because he's moving his entire army up that right side of the map. But Terran in the meantime could go for a counterattack here and just take down 2 bases in the meantime. This is a little bit sloppy from Mr. Llama. Really doesn't need to send this many units over. I'd probably just say like 6 Dragoons and a round of Zealots would be fine. But he's sending quite a bit. And even try to push through the middle of the map as well with his units.
Looks like he's trying to get a bit of a surround on this siege tank on the high ground.
Yeah,
that's not working out too well for him.
Yeah, not at all. You know, it's a little dangerous here because the time when Protoss starts going for this carrier switch is right where he's most weakest, because he's going to have a lot of supply that's essentially not used for anything. It's just carriers building. So he's got to be a little bit careful when he does these push-outs, because now that means his army is very small in comparison to the Terran army, which has still been here for the longest time ever. In fact, I probably think you should move a couple tanks down again to this 4th base. And here comes the break from the Protoss player, but a lot of these Zealots taking a lot of the mine hits right there. Ooh!
Ooh, bit of a mine drag.
Yeah, and without any of these Vulture supports, now the rest of the Zealots finally able to get on top of these tanks, and that's a great win there from Mr. Llama.
Yeah, that is huge, and during a carrier transition, that's exactly what you want, is to clean up all of the tanks.
Yep, exactly, because now Terran's going to be too busy trying to spend as much gas as possible remaking those tanks rather than focusing on Goliaths. But I don't even think that he's even seen it yet, I want to say. I don't believe the scan has gone down recently for him to find it. Unfortunately,
I haven't even heard one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Blizzard, you gotta fix us with that visual observer if you scan, because just seeing nothing doesn't really tell us anything. So shouts to Blizzard, fix up that replay.
Yeah, just as soon as you hear that scan, you just gotta click off the Mr. Llama vision.
Yep.
and see where it goes.
Yeah, but ooh, this is not the attack that Mr. Llama wants here.
Yeah, this is just gonna be some free units here. Oh, pull them back. Oh, jeez.
And those are some dead units.
Not sure that one was wise.
But I do feel like the Terran right now is in a position with carriers coming up that's very difficult for him to win at this point in the game. Because, you know, how do you take bases on this map when your Protoss opponent goes carriers, right? Like, it's so hard. This base that he has over here at the 9 just gets sieged by that high ground cliff on the right side. And then if he needs to move away, he just goes to the main, kills those buildings, moves over through the middle over these bridges and kills units there, and then even targets up that 12 o'clock position over that high ground as well. So carriers are really good on Polaris Rhapsody, man.
Yeah, they are quite lethal. The answer to your question, how do you get bases? You don't. It's a simple answer.
Ghost!
Oh, what is this? Did he scan the carrier attack? What other reason could you possibly have to make a ghost?
He is getting a couple wraiths out as well. I am a little confused right now. This is,
He had to have spotted the carrier attack. This makes no sense.
He doesn't have any nuclear silos either. No cloak, I want to say. Well, if he doesn't see the carrier attack, now he does.
Yep.
Yeah, losing more probes here.
Getting some probes, yeah. This isn't bad.
Yeah. Pretty solid. But
I'm really surprised he hasn't gotten that third gas there at the 9.
yeah, this is, especially when he goes cloak wraiths and going tanks, this is a lot of gas.
Yeah, ghosts and their upgrades are not cheap on gas.
Yeah, but these carriers with the +1 having finished, oh my god, look back at the base. Oh no. Look at the main for Llama. 3 Dragoons trapped. I love it.
Whoops.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
That would certainly be me if I was playing Protoss.
Shout out to my friend who I tried to teach her how to play StarCraft, and she ended up getting like, I don't know how many Dragoons stuck. She tried learning Protoss and just like kept building those nice walls of gateways that trapped like 5 Dragoons at a time. It was beautiful. Yeah, he's up to 6 carriers now. We're about to reach critical mass, unfortunately, for our Terran player, Mr. Napoleon. This ghost has to be here for some reason. There's no way just making these for fun.
Yeah, no, they are super bad. Like,
oh, lockdown! Never mind. He's got one. He got one lockdown. But now he's got no anti-air.
Yeah, no anti. All he's got is a ghost, and that goes down too.
Yep,
so.
and the tanks are the only units left. Yeah, lockdown generally works better if you have anti-air or with like maybe wraiths.
A couple of wraiths, but there is an observer, and he doesn't snipe it, so those are gonna go down too.
Yeah, Napoleon, they're trying to get a little bit cute here, pretending that he's Boxer. But unfortunately for him, he is not Mr. Lim Yo Hwan.
Yeah, 2 wraiths, 2 ghosts. Not gonna kill four carriers.
Yep, not at all.
That's just a lot of money used on tech that's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, more importantly, so much gas.
Right. I don't even know how many. I don't even want to know how many Goliaths that could have been.
Let's just say a lot.
Control group probably.
Yeah, I don't know how much gas ghosts are because I never build this unit because they're just terrible. But I think
they're 75.
Yeah, so I was like 2 ghosts turns into 3 Goliaths, and then on top of that, the tech you build for covert ops is another Goliath, and then the research for lockdown is like 3 Goliaths. There's gonna be a lot of Goliaths, man.
Might even be 4. I think it's 200 gas. It's really expensive.
Yeah.
Ghost upgrades are not cheap.
No, they are
not.
It
looks like these carriers are gonna take down this 12, and they're just kind of free to roam the map as they please.
Yeah, getting a little too cutesy there, unfortunately, for Napoleon. Thank you, Endymion, for the update on that. See, I'm sorry, but I don't make trash units. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't know how much like a queen costs. Jayon would be able to easily tell you how much a queen costs and everything. Jayon loves those queens.
And we have another 2 carriers just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Surprised he hasn't brought those in yet. Don't even have the max interceptors.
Could get those sniped out, but the 5th carrier now arriving with this army, and yeah, he's gonna get this 3 o'clock inside 3 o'clock base, but now reinforcement dragoons coming up, so might not even get the probes here as well. This 3rd base has gone down for him. back to 3 bases with only 1 guy mining gas, and there's just no Goliaths here for Napoleon. It's, yeah, not looking so good.
Yeah, it's really just more like 2 bases. Main is mined out, his natural's about to be mined out, but it doesn't really matter. These carriers are just going to roll over everything.
Pretty much. And to me, and I just mean like, Queens just generally aren't seeing much in play too much. So and also I'm not a Zerg player, so I wouldn't know how much they cost in general. Ghosts especially, I would never know how much they cost, even if I played Protoss. I know what scouts cost, because I built too many in my time.
Oh, scouts are super expensive.
Good old 275, 125, like 3 supply, I think. Maybe not even 4 supply, I'm not sure. There's awful units. But yeah, even at this point, Mr. Llama not even microing his carriers. They're just A-moved right now, and it's just like, carriers, deal with it. He's actually managed to lower his money considerably. I'm not even sure what's going on anymore at this point in the game.
He never reprobed that bottom left. It still only has 4 probes at it.
There we go. Actually, he's kind of mined out from everywhere except for those 2 bases left, so he kind of needs to look for another base. But I think the carriers that he has are going to be good enough to end the game. He's just going to, swing his attention over here to the last mining base of Napoleon, and yeah, at this point, not looking good. He's got like, how many carries does he have even?
He's got 10 now, so yeah, it's insurmountable at this point. He would have to make the most giant of mistakes. And there's 9 Goliaths here. All he has to do is move him out of range.
I feel like even if he lost every single carrier right now, he'd still be ahead. Like every single carrier, he'd still be ahead.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a lot, but
he's got 10. Alright, think about it this way. He's got 10 carriers. That's like 60 supply, or no, 80 supply, right? Because they're 8 supply each, I think.
I think there's 6.
Oh, there's 6? Okay. Shows you how much I know about them.
I might be thinking of battlecruisers.
Battlecruisers are 8 for sure. I'm not sure about carriers, but if there's 6, think about it this way. That's 60 supply.
Battlecruisers are 6.
Battlecruisers are 6? Really? I thought they were 8.
There's 6, yeah.
Oh man. Alright, well there's a GG anyways.
Yep, there it goes. There was no coming back from that one.
I'm sorry guys. Shows you how much I know about StarCraft, even though I've played this game for like a decade now. I apologize in advance for my lack of knowledge about this game. This is why I'll never be good as Tastosis.
Now, Blime, you don't think all the games are gonna get casted? I don't know.
We've been
dedicated
working
out
hard
here.
Yeah, we've been working hard, man. I said 2 series today. I probably might do a 3rd one just for the hell of it. So.
Yeah, why not, man? I'm staying up late. I'm in Eastern time zone, so.
You're a dedicated man, dude. I can't do that. I work today.
I got my coffee right here. I'm ready to go. I've been up since 7 a.m.
You're awesome, dude. Shout outs to BossRoss, guys, for real. Alright, game number 2 on Fighting Spirit. This is going to be the Napoleon pick. I know you guys here, but isn't there still 20 uncasted for week 1 is what I mean. I'm not sure. I thought actually, there are a couple that are uncasted for week 1. I'm not sure.
There is no way there are 20 uncasted series.
Yeah, I was about to say. There's a lot of them, dude. Let's just say that. The preseason tournament is by far the most taxing on us because the series should be easy. We just knock them out like over the course of a week, and we'll be done. Because there's only like what 5 or 6 teams. So
there's gonna be 6 teams. We're gonna have an even amount.
Okay, wonderful. So yeah, 3 series per week. Technically 9 essentially because of tier 1s and tier 2, tier 3. So 9 series a week out of like how many casters do we have? Like 10? Like we should get through those pretty easily.
There's certainly a lot of us, but yeah, the preseason is literally everyone that's signed up playing.
Yep.
When it comes to the series, there's gonna be far less games.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It'll be quite a bit easier.
Yeah. So bear with us for those of you guys that want your games casted. Just if you really want your games casted, just hit us up on the Discord and we'll try to fit you into a schedule somewhere. But anyways, getting to this cast on Fighting Spirit, we have the yellow Terran spawning here at the top right as I said yellow Terran. I'm tired. Forgive me. It's gonna be Napoleon.
And at the top left, we have the red Protoss, Mr. Llama.
Yep, and looks like same old here from both players. Walden coming out from Napoleon, as well as the Gateway Scout from Llama.
Ye old standard.
Ye old standard.
Standard of maps.
Snail 6, I just want to get a game in, Winky Face. Are you not signed up for preseason? I don't know.
Snail 6 was late to the party. I remember him on one of the previous casts I did. I think the last one I did with Doc. He was new to the party.
Oh.
If you want to get a game in, man, you just hop in the CPL Discord, go to the Looking for Games channel, and hit somebody up. So
Yeah.
you're looking for a game, want to play.
He's on the
You
wait
certainly
list.
don't have to wait to be a part of the CPL to enjoy the fruits of the CPL labor.
Oh man, I love this here from Napoleon. Just to start the supply depot, really cheeky here, just to make sure that the probe will die no matter what.
Yeah, it's gonna get trapped in there. It's gonna take a while to die. SCV's not the best thing for killing probes.
Yeah, but Marine's started now, so both SCVs can go back to mining, or at least one of them should finish the supply depot now that he's started it. But the Marine will be able to clean it up pretty easily. And based upon this probe timing, he should know that it's close positions. So we'll see if he makes the right call and sends his SCV up to the top left right after he doesn't find him at the bottom right.
Yeah, we'll see.
By the way, like small things like this, I always tell the newer players to kind of pay attention to. Because he saw this probe come in really early, like halfway when his barracks is finished, he should know it's a close position scout, unless Protoss went for a pylon scout, which generally isn't that common. But that's just something for you guys to know.
And this is the reason I'm tier 2.
Well,
I'm certainly not familiar with all of the timings of all of the races, and that is just not something I would have thought about. So I
don't think that's
that little bit of advice there.
necessarily you must be in tier 1 to know this information. I think there's always a bunch of different reasons for why people are in the different tiers. I mean, some people are just really good at macroing, some people are just really good at strategizing. And if you're good at both, you're probably in tier 1, for example. But small things like this, I feel like doesn't really push you into the next tier. But he didn't see it anyways. He didn't pay attention to it. And he is going to be looking at the bottom left base and going to find the Protoss well too late before the Dragoon's already parked up at top of the ramp. And even going for the 2-gate range build. So very safe, even though he's seen only 2 Marines and 1 guy. Or was that 1 guy, I guess? Maybe, I'm not sure. I was actually paying attention to that. I was paying too much attention on the probe.
And as soon as that probe goes down, he does start his CC. And it looks like he's just not a fan of taking SCVs off gas, because he left all 3 of them on there the whole time, so he's banked up a considerable amount.
Pulled 1 off finally, right as you said that. Now he's on 2. But yeah, I think that, you know, for builds, you can definitely get a little bit more economic with some of these, you know, pulling guys off gas to start the command center a little bit faster during a siege expand, which is exactly what he's doing, would be nice for him to know. Again, small things like this kind of helps you smooth out some of your timings going to the mid game, and just generally just helps you out overall. It can't hurt to know this information, right? So you might as well learn it. As for Snails, is Pylon Scout just earlier than useful? Generally, yeah. Pylon Scout is only for specific builds, usually for gas steals is what you do it for, or if you really think Terran is trying to do something cheeky. But generally, I recommend you do either a Gateway Scout, a Gas Scout, or a Core Scout. I do Gas Scout personally as Protoss. I do Gateway Gas, and then build an extra probe, and then send out the probe to scout. So it's usually around 12 population where I'll build it. But everyone has their own timings. I just don't think Pylon Scout's necessary.
Especially on a 4-player map. I mean, you'd have to get really lucky, like Llama did here, to be able to even hope to get a gas steal.
Yeah, exactly. Nicely done here, picking out both those Marines with those 2 Dragoons as well. That's going to hurt his defensive capabilities, because he's going to have to remake those Marines. That's another 100 minerals, and he's probably going to get up a bunker as well, right? Because he's doing siege expand. So that's really useful for a Protoss player to kill those off, because it makes defending this way harder.
It is typical to put the bunker there, but once you already have the tanks, it's not 100% necessary to have the bunker.
Yeah, no, especially on Fighting Spirit as well with the high ground here. The nice thing about Fighting Spirit, they always have this little indentation of the ledge to help just shell these Dragoons, and yeah, that's not what you want. Taking HP damage on that 1 Dragoon. On
both of them.
Yeah, I always feel like every time I take HP damage as a Dragoon when I'm going as like a siege expand or like a 1-rax FE, I just cry a little bit on the inside.
Yeah, and it looks like Llama's not going for that expansion. Looks like he's going to attack straight to DT drops.
DT drop, yeah. This is going to be a very fast, or not fast, I should say. This is pretty standard for DT timing, but
there is an early starport for the Terran player, so it looks like he could be able to scout this with a Wraith if he builds one.
Or dropship.
I mean, I assume he's going for dropship, yeah.
He's even got scans up right now.
He'll have the option to build a Wraith to stop the shuttle.
Yep, there is the dropship, and we're going to see where the scan goes. Scan, if he just scans the main here, this should just be devastating for the Protoss player. He would just have no idea. But usually you use your scans on things like your natural base, on the natural Protoss, or the gateway count especially. But using one here in the main will just reveal everything to him. It'll reveal the DTs, it'll reveal the robotics facility, and he'd know it Excuse me, he know exactly how to deal with it. Oh, scan right on top.
There it is. He misses the robo though, but he does see the temple. Oh, and he even sees a DT come out. How about that?
Yeah, we'll definitely know.
Perfect timing.
We'll definitely know that he is going to be going for those DTs.
But he hasn't started an eBay yet, but he does have the comm sets, so he will have vision.
And go up to 3 factories as well. Very standard here. eBay starting up right now, so he's very, very safe at this point. And Spider-Mine's out front as well. I mean, at this point, he's really, really far ahead. He hasn't been SCV. His SCV production has been lacking a little bit here. Look at the natural. He's only got 7 SCVs on the minerals. But again, it doesn't really matter when your Protoss opponent doesn't even have his natural up.
This is true. He's miles ahead as far as the economy goes.
Yeah, but here comes the eBay almost finished. The shuttle is on the way. So he'll have a timing where there aren't any stationary detection with those turrets yet. But oh, wow. Perfect. Like you said before, getting the Wraith out to counter the shuttle.
Yep, he did build a blind Wraith. Didn't even see the robo with that scan.
Now moving it into a perfect position.
Perfect, yeah.
With the top of the vision. Yeah, top of the vision is just going to clip that area. So we'll see if he reacts to this immediately. And he should see the shuttle.
Oh, the Wraith AI doesn't get it, though.
Yeah, it's a little too far for the AI to aggro onto it. But this shuttle's going to get in here. And because there's no turrets just yet, he actually can get in here and just basically pick up the shuttles when scans come in. And this is just going to be... Oh,
he still never even noticed. He's going to notice now, though.
Oh, going after the comsat station! Ooh, Napoleon's reaction timing is really, really slow there. And, oh, not getting the comsat station!
Wow. Just saves it. He did have 3 scans on his other one, though.
That's true, but it's just...
And now this shuttle's gonna be gone. Apparently he didn't even see the Wraith when he first came in.
Yeah. That shuttle is gonna be pretty much dead. He's just gonna drop off the DTs. Yep, there they go. Just hide them, spread them out.
Oh, he should really... Yeah, he should really split them up. That way this doesn't happen, where they both get stuck in one scan.
Well,
oh, but he doesn't have any units to kill them.
Oh
no.
Yeah, Napoleon, yeah, I'm not sure what he's been doing. Where are his units, even? Oh, the dropship, that's what he was focusing on. I completely missed that dropship. Shows you why I'm in this league.
Yeah, I was paying way too much attention to the DT drop as well.
Oh man, did that mine get a couple probe kills there? I think it did. That's unfortunate.
It might have. But this siege tank still being alive is pretty unfortunate. Finally takes it down.
Finally goes down. At the same time, though, ooh, this dropship's gonna go down.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. And he keeps the DTs alive, and looks like he killed a ton of SCVs.
This is just, oh boy.
Oh, actually not. They only have 1 kill and 4 kills.
This is just not looking good for Napoleon at this point. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't pay attention to this drop. Even if you know exactly what's coming, I mean, it's just so difficult to hold. Now he just runs as fast as... Oh, never mind. Okay.
That finally gets those out of there. But the damage has been done.
Yeah, I mean, he's got like 24 SCVs total right now. So whatever advantage that early expansion got him, it's just not going to be doing much.
Yeah, it's been completely mitigated.
The main base is not actually getting mined for Mr. Llama. He's actually way oversaturated here at the natural base, so I guess he's still kind of ahead.
Yeah, when the drop came in, he Maynarded a lot of his probes over there.
Yeah. Wait, where are these probes going? Or is he double expanding at this point?
Maybe that's his build. But Napoleon positioned to at least stop the one.
Yeah, and now he's pushing out here with these vultures and tanks. Where is that scan going down? Scan the army, so he knows exactly where the army is. No zealots for these shuttles. He really should be making those. Hopefully, yeah. He made a couple zealots here. Gonna try to get those zealot bombs out. And Napoleon actually doing a very good job here of trying to find these probes. He's got one over here tucked behind the main base at the bottom right, or bottom left, sorry. More vultures coming here along the map to just make sure that Mr. Llama's not doing anything that he doesn't want him to do.
Yep, gonna keep tabs on the army and the expansions. Lay mines, be harass. Vultures are pretty good, pretty quick.
Yeah, Vulture's most broken unit in the game, by far, not even close.
Says the man who can teleport 80 supply with a single click.
Listen, I can't do 80 supply, I don't know what we're talking about. I can only do 60 supply unless I do the glitch, in which case I can get 80 supply in there.
Which is what I was referring to.
Oh. I've actually never done it successfully yet.
Yeah, I've had it happen to me once, and it was pretty brutal.
Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone to do it twice, like just double recall while doing it, and it's just like, okay, I guess I lose the game now, haha. This game is kind of slowed down a little bit after that early game drop shenanigan for both players here. And, oh, don't lose this goal!
Oh, big mines. And more big mines coming. Oh, he stops that one. Yeah, if I had some advice to give to Mr. Llama is put an observer with your dragoons. Oh my goodness! Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, just stick them in a control group, and once vultures are out of the map, you have no idea where mines are going to be. You have to move around with observers.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised here that Napoleon's actually just only offer one machine shop. He's actually banked up 2,000 gas, so this is yeah, not as efficient as he wants to be right now.
Yeah, that, and he's a little slow with the upgrades. This happened last game too, where he built an armory and then didn't use it for like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, has the same
kind of a waste.
Same thing happening again here. No upgrades whatsoever.
Yeah, not even one started. And with all this extra gas, yeah, he could build a second armory and double upgrade.
Yeah, really should throw down a second machine shop though. You know, I understand you don't want too many machine shops because you don't want to overproduce tanks, but this is...
Well, the thing is with machine shops is they can still make vultures.
That's true. But you just feel bad.
Some people kind of forget that. They think, well, if I got a machine shop on it, I have to build tanks. That is not the case.
It just feels awful building a vulture with a machine shop factory, man. I don't know about you, but when I play Terran against Protoss and I have to build a vulture at a machine shop, I'm just like, I just want to die.
It kind of depends on what you got going on. You know, if you're going for, you know, a 5-fact card push, you really got to get those vultures out.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
If you forego the tank, get them out there.
By the way, the probe at the third base once again getting sniped. He's going to have to try to expand cross positions at this point, all the way down here at the bottom right-hand location.
Which also isn't always the worst for the Protoss, because it means your two bases are all the way across the map from each other. So he can't just kind of push one and then push the other. He's got to go all the way across.
That is true, but defending that base is just going to be a pain, honestly.
Until he gets gateways up at it. Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's going to come in here with vultures and pick off this one dragoon, and maybe we can see Mr. Llama here trap a bunch of these vultures. Never mind. Nope, they're going to the third base instead.
But they take a long time to kill goons, and he's finding that out right now. Especially going up a ramp.
Yeah, these vultures, though, have done quite a bit of damage here, and he's been very good with making sure that they are very active around the map. A lot of holes in Mr. Llama's defense right now, and he's actually finally set up that third base at the 9 o'clock, but also double expanding down to the bottom right as well. Oh man, no observer. No observer.
But he's got some. Oh! There goes a couple mines.
Yeah, Mr. Llama, if you're watching, please make more observers. This is painful.
And stick them like glue to your dragoons.
Yeah, I will say Napoleon's macro has been perfect. I haven't really seen him double queue up too many of these factories at all, and he's always been producing from them at all times. So his macro this game has been very on point. Just wish he had more factories and a third machine shop, or a second machine shop at this point, as well as grabbing that third base gas to really ramp up into those upgrades.
Yeah. As soon as you have your third base up, it's time to go macro hard with the factories. You should make another 4 or 5, and have 3 or 4 machine shops going.
Yeah, we're gonna kill off this dragoon here at the third base, and maybe even kill off some of these pros of the third. Only one though. Never mind. Gonna lay mines at the top, try to delay these Dragoons from coming up the ramp. And, ooh, Mine Dragon his own Vultures here, but looks like the mines ended up actually killing more Dragoons than they did kill Vultures, so well worth it. There is Observer this time, so they will be able to kill off these mines and clear them out finally. But again, it's just, he's in well in control at this point. He's 30 supply up, he's got 3 bases compared to the only 2 mining bases from Protoss at this point. He's got SCVs in position.
And he's almost mined out of his main as well.
Yep, both players almost mined out their mains. Actually, no. Napoleon, I guess with that DC job, is not mined out his main. He's completely fine. Oh, this push out front here by Napoleon is going to kill so many goons. Oh, the spider mines, the spider mines.
Oh, and this is just what you cannot
lose.
Oh,
the spider mines. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, he also found the 4th base. Just
yeah, he's just been pegging it away with vultures the whole time.
If that wasn't already known, he actually lost a lot of those vultures. Actually, now these tanks are just running with their tail cut between their legs. But with the vulture reinforcement, there should be no problem.
Oh, that mine though. Oh, gets 2 tanks with it. Not bad.
Building exit blocked. Yeah, Napoleon. This factory can't build anything.
Oh yeah, that top center one is not going to be producing anything.
Just an FYI. We really should have built these factories like 1 tile lower.
Yeah, you do get your money back from that though. I know that one.
Yeah. Because watch, ready, and... Nope!
Blocked.
Started the 2-1 finally. He's got the 1-0. Again, really late. This is 18:30 into the game. A lot of these timings, I think... You know, the trick of getting into like the upper echelon of tier 1 here in CPL is really knowing these timings a little bit better, especially when in a matchup like this where it's very clear your objective is to get 2-1 timing, but also getting more machine shops here. This is just not enough. You know, you're triple queuing tanks up, and I think that it's really important to make sure that you have enough machine shops to supplement the gas intake that you're gonna have inevitably as Terran.
And his tank count is suffering. I think he's only lost like 3 all game, and he only has 9 at 19 minutes. That's kind of unforgivable.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, he's done so much harass, and these vultures have done so much work this entire game with the mines, the making sure the bases haven't gone up. I mean, they've done their job.
Yeah, well, these Zealot bombs are going to be quite useful here to break the minimal amount of siege tank that he has, but ironically enough, they don't do quite as much considering that there's not as many tanks. So that trade was actually quite even there. Lost a lot of tanks, but the vultures also getting picked up by these massive amount of Dragoons.
Ooh, a couple of tanks got a little too excited moving up there, but yeah, there's just not enough goons to really hold everything back from the Terran.
Yeah, meantime, Napoleon even grabbing now the bottom right bases for himself.
Well, he's got the Protoss on the back foot. You know, offense is the best defense sometimes.
Yeah, Protoss is going to run through this minefield once again, losing a few units for free. Oh man, that mine hurt a lot on those Dragoons, but yeah.
As soon as he gets an observer out there, he gets scanned. Oh, that's brutal.
Finally now getting the triple machine shop going. And the supply count's actually evened up, even though he was up by like 20-30 supplies, so this is looking a little bit better here for Llama. Unfortunately for him, only having 1 base mining against Terran's 4 base mining, well, about to become 3 because he's about to mine out his main, is just not enough. You really need a much better economy for Protoss to keep up against a Terran.
That and these upgrades are going to be kicking in soon enough.
Yep.
And now that he's got these extra machine shops, I mean, he has so much money. He can just plow tons of units. I'd really like to see him queue them up here. That way he doesn't forget.
Yeah, you could even build 4 extra factories now at this point. Get up to the 12. That's, well, 11, 12 is usually where you want to be on 3 bases. But even now, getting the 4th base up with the SCV transfer, he is miles ahead of Protoss. Yeah, Protoss. Literally every probe of Protoss is right now at the natural or at the 3rd base.
Yeah, at the 3rd. Yeah. He did try a carrier switch. That's interesting.
Oh.
He does have 3 carriers on the map.
I did not notice that. He does have that. Unfortunately, his mining is just not good enough. I really feel like this is not even refugee carrier. This is just desperation carrier. He's just like, I hope you didn't make any Goliaths and don't have like Goliath range. But unfortunately, Napoleon does have Goliath range. She just needs to start making more vultures, or sorry, more Goliaths now.
Yeah, he pumps one round of Goliaths, and that's all she wrote for these carriers.
Yeah, even though one
Only
rake's
has
still
5
overhead.
right now, but yeah, it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, you know you're in a bad position when vultures are just taking fights with dragoons now. That's what just happened. Lost ended up losing like 6 dragoons there in the middle of the map, and vultures just aim moving into dragoons and winning those fights, which is just not where you want to be.
Yeah, once vultures get upgraded, they can definitely kill dragoons. Dragoons' cannons will die. Manages to save 1 dragoon with 1 HP. It's always nice.
The carriers are doing quite a bit, holding back Terran right now in their base, but I mean, it feels like a Terran versus Terran gone wrong. Look at the minimap. Look at all that yellow on the map right now.
Yeah, he just has mines everywhere. I mean,
Oh, shuttle goes down as well. But again, only 3 carriers out right now. None on the no extra carriers on the way. Like, this is really all he has until he gets another base up, which I really don't see because he's got mines, a turret over there. He's got that 1 probe still hiding over there at the 4th base that's been there the entire game, but with 1 vulture parked outside, it's just never going to be able to set up a base.
yep, and that is why it's there. Just in case a probe ever ventures in to try and build a nexus, it's just going to kill it immediately.
Yeah, like I said, Napoleon, again, with just having everything queued up in all these factories perfectly, no double queues, he just needs to spend this money a little bit more. I mean, look at this. He's got banked up 2K, 3K, really can throw down more factories. But here comes the push from Protoss. We'll see how this one goes out for him.
Yeah, I mean, this is his last hurrah. I mean, there's going to be nothing else he can do.
A really nice spread out on these Goliaths as well, so that when these carriers push up too far, the Goliaths can just try to charge in from both sides. But even then, it's just the 2-1 upgrades for Terran are just way too powerful. And now here come the Goliaths from the top, from the bottom, and now they push up. And none of the carriers going down just yet. A lot of them down in the red health. But there's just not enough Protoss units at this point to stop the push in. And Napoleon taking his time, but I really feel like he just pushed like a move at this point with his siege tanks.
Yeah, even taking the center base there.
Center base is actually not that bad against carriers. You force the carriers to move out into the middle of the map where it's a lot more flat, not really as open.
Even against a ground army, it's not too bad to hold. When you clog it up with siege tanks and you have mines on the other side,
Yeah,
it's not bad.
exactly. But yeah, here we go. The push coming out again from Terran. And there's just no units left for Protoss. I don't really see a way for Protoss to hold on to this attack. I mean, yeah, he's mining off of only 1 base, and Terran is constantly mining off of everything.
I'm surprised he's actually able to bank 2K for the minerals, mining on 1 base.
Yeah, I mean, he's also not really producing right now. His macro is kind of slipped a lot this game, not producing from these gateways right now. On the other side of the map, these carriers, 1 carrier at 11 HP, there it goes down. One of them at 94 HP. And there's the GG from Mr. Llama. And that is going to be a tied series, 1-1.
Those late carriers not giving it to him that time. Terran was prepared. Kind of hard to do a carrier switch when Terran has control of the map.
Yeah, that's really difficult. Just on top of that, I mean, only having 1 base, you know, you're not going to be able to...
Is that even enough to saturate interceptors? I'm not even sure.
I mean, it is, but it's just like you can't make a ground army anymore then if you keep trading off interceptors for Goliaths, because you only have 1 base economy. Alright, jumping to game number 3 on Circuit Breaker. Napoleon coming back. Alrighty, here we go. Jumping into the last game of the series. Depending on how long it is, I'm gonna call it a night because I'm beat right now and I can't stay up past 11 unfortunately, which is stupid. But anyways, we're gonna have Napoleon spawning down here at the bottom right-hand position as the yellow Terran.
And in the top right, we have our brown Protoss, Mr. Llama.
Yep. Sham2, welcome to the chat. We were just talking about in your last series that you were playing amazing and that you were a god of TVZ. Especially with the 1-1-1 that was not scouted.
Yeah, easy peasy game 2 for you. Looks like you just missed it.
Sham2, 100 bits, now you're a professional caster. Oh man, 1-1, that was completely wrong. No, Sham 2, listen buddy. Okay, so I'm gonna go off on a tangent real quick. This is not a TVP, but for TVZ, there are two ways to play the TVZ. You can be really harass oriented and go for starport first before command center, or it can be really economic centered, which is command center after factory. So your way is fine, Sham 2. You just have to do damage with it, which you kind of won the game off of, the harassment. So, hey, totally cool. Oh, you heard my cast. Then why aren't you chatting, huh? I feel upset that you were not committed to chatting. Oh, you watched the VOD just now. Okay. And Tempest, yes, he did win his game in week 2.
I didn't even know you could watch a VOD while you're streaming.
Yeah, you can. The VOD just doesn't catch up to live.
Interesting.
But yeah, it looks like we're going to have, again, the standard gateway scout here from LlamaSC in the wrong direction. And we're going to have the standard barracks refinery from Napoleon. Nicely done, creating a micro hole there for the supply depot and barracks.
Yeah, something that I certainly do every game, I would advocate for. You never know when your Protoss is going to get sneaky and have zealots out. It's just always good to have a little place that you can put your Marines.
Yeah, those dirty, dirty Protoss is going zealots after gateway. It wins games at low levels against Terran because they just don't know how to deal with it. It's really funny watching them try to micro like 3 Marines against a zealot.
Yeah, that used to happen to me all the time. It drove me crazy. You know, 2 zealots get in your base and you just lose. What are you going to do?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, my bad there. Factory now started for Napoleon. Niblime, I still died at 2 zealots. Tell me the secret. You make micro holes and you pull an SCV when 2 zealots show up. Just 1 or 2 SCVs to kind of micro around as well. SCVs do quite a bit of damage, by the way. Their attack speed is really fast, so the damage adds up very quickly.
And 60 health. They live for a little while.
Yeah, 3 shots, same as a Marine essentially versus a zealot. Oh, but this probe not going to get in and see the double factory here. Once again, 2-fact from Napoleon. And we're going to see if Llama is going to opt for the double gate or is he going for the Nexus.
I believe it's a 4 shot for the zealot against an SCV. They do 18 damage, right? Or 16?
16.
Yeah, so 3 times 16, 58.
Yeah, you're right. 4 shot.
Actually, 48.
Yeah, so 4 shot a 4 shot an SCV with the zealot.
That's quite a bit. You get him stuck in the mineral line, you can kill him pretty quick.
Yeah, no wonder Tesagi. Right? Do I still have it? Damn, I don't have it anymore. Unless I did it wrong.
And this is going to be a pretty decent counter to 2-fact 3 gates.
Oh yeah, the triple gate. This is a really good counter to this build actually, and Terran's going to be really far behind if he doesn't get enough Dragoon kills. Protoss won't have a base, but his economy is going to be better because he's been pumping probes non-stop, whereas Terran has kind of started cutting SCVs in preparation for this attack.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to this big battle here.
Yeah, getting a couple of these Marine snipes always important for Protoss to kind of get rid of the wall of tank, essentially, for the tank, which is ironic. It's so ironic, isn't it, huh? Terrans build siege tanks to do the most damage, but they're really like glass cannony, and then they build Marines and Vultures to tank for the tank.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of funny how that works out.
Oh, hold on. Sham Sagi. Oh, I have it. I still have it still. I'm still a sub. Hey, let's go. Oh, no, not what you want to do. Oh, okay, the second volley didn't fire there.
Hey, good. Yeah, he gets out of there safely.
Yeah, but he's got 6 Dragoons right now, 7th on the way, just about to pop. By the time this push happens, I mean, I would just say flank with 6 Dragoons. Put 6 Dragoons in the middle of the map, wait for more reinforcement goons at the top of your ramp, and right when he pushes into your natural, just surround him and kill him.
Well, something I would be worried about is mines. You don't want Dragoons out on the map when there's mines out. one false step, and Mr. Llama's made a few false steps into minefields.
This is true, very true. But he is posturing these Dragoons here in the middle. We'll see if he does end up putting the mines out to kind of distract the flanking Dragoons. Looks like he is going very slowly here, doing a very good job. Ooh, one tank out of position. Nope, not going to dive on top of it. I'm going to try to keep microing these Dragoons away. Doing an oak. Never mind. I was about to say.
Oh man, he's just losing a ton of them. Yeah, these vultures get on top and body block, and it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, and this last Dragoon is gonna go down. I actually don't think he holds this anymore, even off 3 gateways.
No, he lost way too many Dragoons there. He lost 6 Dragoons to what? 2 Marines? 2 Vultures, maybe?
He killed like a couple Vultures and SCV. No tanks were killed there. I mean,
having all 3 tanks is huge. But doing a good job of getting on top of this while the tanks aren't here yet.
Yeah. Oh, this one.
Here we go.
Yeah, it looks like the units were softened up just enough.
Yeah, all the little tanks for the tanks have disappeared.
Yeah, but now that mines are out, this is gonna be super hard.
He's gotta jump now, I think, because Siege is gonna end up finishing up. Yeah. Actually, it just got started, so.
They started up this natural expansion, which is now over halfway done. So this is really looking good for Napoleon here. Did enough damage with that 2 factory push, and he's setting up so many mines out front here that's going to be very difficult for Llama to jump on top of these siege tanks once siege finishes. And he can really kind of just start slow pushing his way up to that little niche corner right there, right outside the natural.
Yeah, and this robe is only halfway done too, so it's going to be a long time till observers are out. Now that there's more mines, this is going to be impossible once siege finishes.
Yep.
He's going to have to do one of those weird one-base pushes where you bank a whole bunch of units. And
he's got Zealots out right now, but I don't know. There might just be too many mines here with no observer.
One Zealot can clear a lot of mines.
Well, I don't know. With siege mode, the Zealot might get softened up. One of the Zealots will probably just die immediately before they can even get on top of the minefield.
Zealots don't take too much against siege. But I guess when they're slow Zealots, I guess it really gives them a more direct hit.
Yeah. Plus, since they're slow, they can't really drag the mines as well into the back line. Whereas with speed, they just run right in, and the mines all follow it right into your tanks.
Yeah, true.
He's getting even more tanks now to reinforce this contain here. And
observers are coming, but oh man, this missile turret's gonna be done. I really like this contain. This is going to be difficult for Protoss.
Yeah, I think he went a little too slow there. Really should have gone when he had an opportunity to, like we said. And now, yeah, once that first tank comes out, it's just going to be...
Ooh, that was a decent one.
Okay.
A couple of vultures clearing a lot of mines, kills a tank.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more careful right now about this. Remember that
he doesn't have many units.
He's committing a lot to this contain. He's committing every unit that he has. So if he loses his contain and doesn't get enough units out of this, it's going to be not looking good. Here comes the Zealot. Here comes the break. The mine is going right on top of Zealots. Kill all 3 Zealots. Oh, man. That's just not what you want to see as Protoss when all of your Zealots go down to the same mine.
Yeah, you really have to move like one at a time. Oh, and being indecisive is not good either. Tanks are going to punish you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man. Now with no... can't bleed units like that. He needs shuttle. I think he just need... Yeah, he's building a shuttle right now finally, but... He needed this shuttle in the beginning to just drop on top of the tanks, hopefully get a lucky mine to drag into the tanks and break it that way. I just don't see a way that he comes back now. He doesn't even have a second base up, whereas Napoleon, again, has got that second base up for a while now, even on 4 factories, just pumping out units non-stop to reinforce this contain. And with this tank actually right behind the bridge here, it's so difficult for him to break out, because once he breaks the first couple tanks on his side of the bridge, I mean, there's one tank that's just going to be firing for free at the bottom.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult. They're well spread out. Lots of mines, the turret coverage. It's going to be trouble.
Yeah, and now that he's managed to get this tank right here lodged into that little niche corner. Oh man, this is tough for Terran, or Protoss, let me tell you. So many mines out front, slow Zealots. I mean, how does he break this? Oh man, the Vultures are out of position though. He did want to go check. He should have just probably sent 1 Vulture there to go check. But now the shuttle out is going to be able to drop on this back tanks, the more exposed tanks here on the sides. Here it comes.
Oh, no, you gotta drop right on top of the tank. Oh, no, wrong spot.
No, this is, oh no. Oh boy,
Well, he killed 2.
I
And
don't
this
know.
eBay block is fantastic, though. Look at the Dragoon AI bugging out. Oh, boy. Yeah, I think this one might just end it.
Yeah, his wall off there has been perfect. That eBay and the bunker wall right there is just,
with the depots.
yeah. It basically says, you know, you can move Dragoons in between. It's just you're not gonna get them very close.
Oh, drop these zealots. Yeah, there you go.
No, the break might actually happen. Yeah, all the tanks are basically dead now. Oh, that one tank at the back. Oh, this hero tank at the back. Oh boy.
Oh, wow. How did that live?
Oh, in the mine. Oh boy. Oh boy. The hero
he
tank.
he wasn't making anything during that time either. So he doesn't have any backup units now.
Terran even grabbing a third base. That's how confident he feels. He's gonna finally lose this one tank over here, but I mean, does it even matter at this point? Like, look how many. Wait, what's Terran doing? He's just pulling so many SCVs to maintain the contain. I'm not sure
That's
this is
interesting. Not sure that's necessary, but
he's gonna get the contain back going, I guess. He's gonna be able to make a couple more structures. He only got one tank though.
and he certainly doesn't want to bleed units either. Because now that the observer's out, the mines are gonna get negated here.
Yeah, he's going for it still. He's just gonna wall off for this tank essentially. This is weird, but I guess it's working, so who am I to complain? Oh
Well,
man,
working for now.
yeah, but I don't know. This next shuttle's out. Zealots are going to be able to come out next again. Oh, never mind. He's only building Dragoons, but one Zealot in the shuttle should be enough, I think. There's only one tank.
What's important is that he did get this Nexus started, though. This had to go down. Like,
Yeah.
he's almost mined out of his main. Like, he's losing patches.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. Terran is on 3 bases already. I don't feel like even if he gets this base, it's going to be...
Well, he needs it to even stand a chance.
Yeah, this is definitely true. Oh boy, Dragoon's walking across this
Trying
bridge.
to go across the bridge. Bridges are not your friend.
Oh, he gets the tanks. He's gonna get everything else. But at what cost? He's gonna finally clean up this contain, but Terran's already set up back at home with quite a few units, even making more Marines for the hell of it. Really should start a couple more factories, I think. Because now he's on 3 bases. He really doesn't need anything else to go for him. He doesn't need to grab a 4th. That's just not necessary.
Well, that and Terrans have a pretty easy... Oh, no, no,
No!
no! Oh, boy! Don't move out without observers. Ever. Ever. And now this lonely Dragoon has to run home, join up with his friends.
Wait, what do you mean his friends all died there? He doesn't have friends anymore.
Oh, he lost all those ones. Now he's lonely. He had to come join the rest at the natural.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is brutal. Yeah, not exactly time for a counterattack, but you've been contained on 1 base this entire time. You have to imagine that Terran has expanded.
Yeah, factories 5 and 6 now coming up here for Napoleon. So something for Llama to work on. More observers with those Dragoons, and maybe getting like observer speed would be good. But really just can't move out across the map without these observers. I mean, this is just... I don't know how many Dragoons he lost to mines this game, but it's a little too many.
That, and after you've been contained for a long time, the only real way back in isn't a counterattack, it's to double expand. Like, you have to catch up economically, especially because now that you've gotten your natural up, you're just back on 1 base mining.
Yeah,
that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, it's going to be oversaturated once again. Look how many probes he's got at his main base. Almost like 24, I want to say.
Yeah, it's a lot. Which is good. I mean, you need that for when you take additional bases, but the problem is he's not taking them. There's vultures and SCVs around at every expansion.
Every expansion, man. He's got that vision going for him real well. I mean, if you look at the vision, well, not really in the main base area, but just around every base, he basically knows that Protoss doesn't have an expansion. It's only got this one.
Man, he's still cranking out probes too, out of his natural.
Yeah, he's got a lot of probes that are not mining. He really needs to grab that third base out. Just send the extra excess probes that he has from his main right now to the third base. He's long distance mine while he gets the Nexus set up. Because right now it's just the inefficient mining is just absolutely destroying him as well. And more scans going down, making sure he's not going for Stargate Tech again, which he's not.
No money.
Exactly, no money. And oh, here comes the Unsiege from Terran with the +1 upgrade. One bad fight could turn this game around, but I'm not sure if even one fight was gonna go badly for Terran unless he just like right clicks right past the Protoss army.
No, Llama's down 40 supply, and I'd almost be willing to guess that he might even have more probes than Terran has SCVs.
Probably.
Just means he's further down on army supply. So he's got to hike it back to his base and hope he can just kind of hold out.
Yeah, he can just Terran can just A move at this point. Doesn't even need a siege. But he's retreating for some reason. I really feel like he could take this fight. Siege the back tanks, just A move with the other tanks, micro them around. But here it comes.
Yeah, and this army's just gonna get eviscerated. Llama should have backed up once he had Terran on the move.
Yeah.
Now it's been a good engagement. Now it's time to go in the game.
Pretty much. And that's probably just gonna be it. I think Napoleon's gonna have this series in the bag, 2-1. The SCV maybe even gonna body block the goons from retreating back up the ramp. Yep, there's the GG.
Yeah. Well, it was well fought, a hard battle. Both of our series going to 3 games. Or no, Sham 2's only went to 2. But this one went to 3 games. That's always nice to see.
Yeah.